Tesla or BYD? This is the question. Which one to buy in 2025? When it comes to the electric vehicle market, there are two giants. BYD, the Chinese EV powerhouse, and Tesla, the global EV pioneer. Today we're going to come head-to-head comparison to ask the ultimate question. Which EV should we invest in 2025? If this is the first time you're here, my name is Eric. I've been investing since I was 18 years old for more than 20 years. Yeah, I know, I look a bit younger, right? Anyway, I invest in all kinds of instruments, stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, bonds, options, even watches. You name it. But anyway, the main point is that I want to give you unique perspective about Chinese stocks listed in the US from information through my contact in China and also local media understanding, not just the state media. That's why remember to subscribe so that you're not going to miss out in any opportunities to make huge amount of money. Let's do a quick overview. Tesla needs no introduction. It is the global leader for premium electric vehicles. It is known for its innovation in autonomous driving, also in solar panel and in Powerwall. On the other hand, we have BYD, stands for Build Your Dreams. They dominate the EV markets in China, and it has a wide range of vehicles, ranging from very economic ones called Dolphin to luxury brands under the brand Denza. And they do more than just vehicles, which is very important later in the video, because they also build batteries and energy storage solutions. Let's talk about numbers. Tesla has a market capitalization of $1.35 trillion, mainly driven by its dominance in the US and in European Union, while BYD has a smaller market cap of $110 billion, still sizable, and it is the leader of the biggest EV markets in the world, China. How about profits? Tesla has, or I should say had, very impressive gross profit margins, mainly attributed to higher price points and also software-driven revenue, for example, autonomous driving. We are talking about 30% of gross profit margin, which is very high by industry standards, envy of BMWs or Mercedes. In 2022, we're talking about. However, the trend is that it's going down. The latest in Q3, quarter 3, 2024, it was 15%, which is on a par with most of its competitors using combustion engines. On the other hand, BYD benefits from two things with higher profit margin. First thing, very EV-friendly policies from the Chinese government, the biggest market for EVs in the world. Secondly, more importantly is that they have a very vertically integrated business model, meaning is that they produce most of the stuff themselves along the production. For example, the most important part and the most expensive part of EVs are batteries. They produce the batteries themselves and even produce that for their competitors. That's why their production cost is much lower than their competitors. Hence, their relatively high gross profit margin of 22% in quarter 3 2024. Both companies have very strong market positions, but they have very different strategies. Tesla focuses on more premium brands, more premium pricing, and also they scale up in a different way. They scale with gigafactories in Berlin, in Texas, in Shanghai. Tesla does very well in the US, in Europe, but it struggles a little bit in the emerging markets. BYD, on the other hand, is dominating China and also expanding rapidly into Southeast Asia, Latin America, and even Europe. Their cheaper brand called Dolphin is really making it more accessible to most people, in emerging markets especially. This is where Tesla is struggling. So do you think that BYD is going to challenge the dominance of Tesla in the EV markets, especially in the emerging markets? Leave me in comments below if you do not agree. Okay, so what are the key differentiators between the two companies, Tesla and BYD? Tesla has an edge, of course, in terms of innovation, being more original, and also in its autonomous driving, which is ahead of its peers. And BYD is more on the cost of production because obviously they produce batteries not just for themselves, but also for their competitors. So they produce a lot of batteries, not just for cars, also for other purposes. So that's why they have a very big advantage in terms of the cost of producing batteries, which is the most important and most expensive components of EVs. No investment is without risks. So Tesla has a very high valuation. So that's why it's very volatile, it's very sensitive to market correction. On the other hand, also, there are more and more competitors in the premium EV space. So this is something you need to be careful. BYD, meanwhile, is heavily reliant on the Chinese market. It does want to expand to the US and also in Europe, but this is subject to the trade war. And of course, it is very subject to the regulatory environment in China, the biggest market for them, and also if there are any economic slowdown there. Even though I would say that Dolphin or this kind of cheaper vehicles might be more resilient in the recession if there's one in China. How's the future like in 2025 for Tesla and for BYD? Tesla, I think they will use more AI technologies which they have an edge over BYD, and they will scale up a lot their production, making it cheaper as well in terms of profit margin. This is a good thing. Also, they have new products, for example, the Cybertruck and the Tesla Semi, which is a big truck. This could generate new revenues as well. But Tesla, I think that this would be a long-term investment. I expect that there will be some dips in 2025, and I will only buy it when there's the dip and hold it for the longer term, because I think Tesla has very good fundamentals, but the valuation now is a bit too high. I anticipate that BYD would see a number of drops in 2025, but I see speculation opportunities to make a lot of profits, because first of all, I would expect it to drop because of the trade war with the US and even with Europe. Secondly, there might be bad news coming out because of the Chinese economy and it will drop again. But every time it drops, there's an opportunity for speculation that will go up a lot, because it's likely that it will be oversold beyond its fundamentals. So which stock should you choose, Tesla or BYD? Tesla would be a long-term bet. It's very innovative, it's scaling up its production, but there are of course a lot of risks because of their high valuation. But if you can accept that, then this is a good bet. If you want to be in the biggest EV market in the world, China, with dominance, with steady growth, then BYD is the choice. Or why not both? The best of both worlds, right? One very innovative and for Europe and US, and the other one is less innovative but high profit margin in China, the biggest EV market. Why not? What do you think? Leave me in the comments below. 90% of you are not subscribed and the subscription button is for free. Please just click it. It will help us to continue making videos for you guys and making better videos. See you next time.